Hello everyone, this is Tim Horton with Cup Street, and in today's video we will be going through all the NASCAR teams who raced full-time in 2020. I will be listing who I think was the best NASCAR driver all time from each of these teams who raced a full-time season. Without further ado, let's get into the video. This takes into account how well they did on that team. Starting with StarCom Racing, we have Landon Castle. Well, the StarCom only had two full-time drivers. One of them was Landon Castle, the other was Quinn Houff. It wasn't a difficult decision for me, but it was a terrible decision by StarCom, as the average finish dropped two places from Castle to Houff in 2019 to 20. It really should be going up with an up-and-coming team. For the best driver for all time from Championship Racing, we got Kyle Larson. The transcendent talent, the Hales from California, raced 6 full-time seasons from 2014 to 2019 and won 6 races in that span. Since its inception in 2001, in the Cup Series, Chip Ganassi Racing has 14 wins, and 6 of them were from Kyle Larson, including 4 in 2017, which was by far his best season when he also got 15 top 5s and 20 top 10s. The best driver from Team Penske has got to be Brad Keselowski. Even though he has 2 fewer wins than Rusty Wallace, he is still active. He has more wins than Joey Logano. I'd say it's between those 3 for it, but I'm going to give it to Keselowski because Keselowski's had more wins than Joey Logano, and it's been a bit more consistent. And Rusty Wallace won his championship at a different team. He's always in the mix for a championship 4 spot. The best driver from Richard Childress Racing has to be Dale Earnhardt. The only driver that even comes close is Kevin Harvick. You never know, maybe being Tyler Reddick someday. Anyways, he won 6 of his 7 championships with Richard Childress Racing and remained loyal to the team even when he created his own team. Ever since he joined Stewart-Haas Racing in 2014, he's been a title contender pretty much every year and won it in 2014. Sorry, Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick is the best driver that has raced on Stewart-Haas Racing, at least when he was at Stewart-Haas Racing. No, ever since he's been on Stewart-Haas Racing, he's really been the only good driver, and the only other driver on Stewart-Haas Racing's history to even be as good as Kevin Harvick is Tony Stewart himself. With more championships, Tony Stewart probably has had an overall better career, but at Stewart-Haas Racing, Harvick was better, as he wasn't nearly as good at Richard Childress Racing, and Stewart may have been a little bit better at Joe Gibbs Racing. Best driver from Roush Fenway Racing all time has to be Mark Martin, possibly the greatest NASCAR driver not to win a championship, up there with Denny Hamlin. Hopefully that changes soon. He got 35 of his 40 career wins with the Fallen Giants and 4 out of his 5 runner-up points finishes. The best driver of all time from Hendrick Motorsports is either Jimmy Johnson or Jeff Gordon. I'll give it to Jimmy Johnson with his 7 championships. All of them were with Hendrick Motorsports too. Many believe that he is the GOAT. Next up on our list, we have Joe Gibbs Racing, where we're going to see Kyle Busch. Since 2008, he's recorded 53 out of his 57 career wins and 2 championships. He also has not finished outside the top 10 in points in the Gen 6 era, even in the season where he struggled and only got 1 win. Next up, we have Germain Racing, and the best driver from their all-time is going to be Ty Dillon. It has to be between him and Casey Mears, as they've been the only 2 decent drivers to race full-time for the 13 car. Unfortunately, they will be out of competition following the 2020 season. But Ty Dillon, he got 3 stage wins, so that was pretty amazing. And one at the Charlotte Roval, that was very surprising. When you look at his numbers, he's been pretty underrated. Last year, in 2019, he had a 20.6 average finish and did not have a single DNF. I had a hard time deciding what to do with Premium Motorsports, as they were bought by Rickra Racing during the scamdemic. However, the 15 car continued to race after that, so I'll just count Brendan Poole as part of Premium Motorsports. And yeah, he was the best driver from Premium Motorsports, as he had an average finish of 29.5 this season. The former Chip Ganassi prospect had the best for a full-time season. The only other driver to race full-time for them would be Ross Chastain. What is this with Chip Ganassi racing prospects and Premium Motorsports? The oldest team in the garage is Wood Brothers Racing, and David Pearson is the best driver to race for them. He won 3 championships, although none of them were for the Wood Brothers, who actually never won a championship. But he won 43 out of his 105 races, and 43 out of 99 wins for Wood Brothers. And another team that will 2020 was their final year of full-time racing, at least for the foreseeable future, was Go Fast Racing. They only raced 4 full-time seasons with a driver racing all 36 races. 2 of them were run by DiBenedetto and 2 by LaJoie. Their numbers are pretty similar. I'll give an advantage to LaJoie, and he's the best driver to race for Go Fast Racing. His average finish was about 1.3 places better than DiBenedetto. Mike McDowell is the best driver to race for Front Row Motorsports. A big reason why is for the 2020 season, where he had an average finish of 20.9. That's the best that Front Row Motorsports has had, besides Chris Buescher in 2016 when he got a lucky win at Pocono and qualified for the playoffs because of super winning your instinct. ATG Daughtery Racing has finished in the top 22.6 times. 4 times were for AJ Allmendinger, including 2016 when he had 9 top 10s. The resources were split after them, and the only time they got close to achieving that again was in 2019 with Chris Buescher when he got 20th. However, he left for Roush, and in 2020, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Ryan Preece DNF'd a lot. Richard Petty Motorsports peaked early, and Marcos Ambrose was a big part of that, having an average finish in the top 20 each year, and had 33 top 10s in 4 seasons, and won back-to-back races at Watkins-Glen in 2011 and 2012. He's absolutely the best driver to race for them. Eric Almirola is the only driver that comes anywhere close. 33 races are close enough and as good as you're going to get when you go to Rick Ware Racing. And that's what Joey Gase did this year, the Super Squad's favorite driver. He had an average finish of 33rd. MBM Motorsports raced in all the races this season, and Timmy Hill drove the 66 car each race, and by qualifying for the Daytona 500 saved the team from extinction. Sounded like they had a sponsor that was willing to buy the charter for them and paid more, but NASCAR said no. Closer technical alliance, I would say that DiBenedetto did better in 2019 than Bell in 2020. Even though he finished 2 places worse, he had an average finish 1.9 places better. Gaunt Brothers Racing entered into all 36 races for the first time in 2020, and Daniel Suarez qualified for 35 out of 36. He only had 2 DNFs, and those were at Daytona and Talladega. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if it's red. Don't click the subscribe button if it's gray, and if the bell is not filled in and there's not 2 lines on each side, click that too so you won't miss another one of my videos. Let me know in the comment section down below what you agree with, what you disagree with. I'd like to hear what you have to say.